What's up, Gear Mortals? Trey Xavier here. It is a good day. I've got a fresh beanie. I've got fresh bean in my cup. And we are going to write a song using the Soundiron Omega Bundle. So what the hell is the Soundiron Omega Bundle? It's everything that Soundiron makes. If you buy the Omega Bundle, you own every single sound library that Soundiron makes at that moment. The ones that they make after that, you can get a discount, but they won't be included. But it's, aside from that, everything that they have made. So I have it all. I absolutely love sample libraries, orchestral sample libraries of weird stuff. One of my favorite things to do is to go on these websites of companies that make sample libraries and just listen to the sample compositions that they make with these libraries. It's just so inspiring to have a whole orchestra or whatever just at my fingertips. I feel like Beethoven or Danny Elfman or something, and I feel like for every sound there's something that I could do with it. I wanted to try writing a whole song using just the samples that are available from Soundiron. Soundiron is a pretty recent company, but they have a ton of libraries, a lot of solid orchestral cool stuff, and then also a bunch of really weird and unique stuff. I have been using Soundiron libraries for over a year now, and there are some of them that are now indispensable to me. Ones that I've used extensively, for example, on the new In Virtue album, which is now basically done. Tons of the orchestration and sounds that are on there are from Soundiron libraries. So some of these I'm going to be very familiar with, and some of them are ones that I have downloaded but have not opened or tried at all. I don't really know how it's going to go, but I guess we're going to find out, so here we go. Most of the Soundiron instruments are for the full version of Contact, so if you don't have the full version of Contact, you're going to have to buy it before you can use these. Some of them are for the free Contact player, but most of the big ones are for the full version of Contact, so that's what I'm using today. I'm going to be using this Alesis VX49 keyboard to input all of the MIDI notes. I'm not really much of a keyboard player, so please pardon my clunky fingers. So let's start with something that I already know reasonably well, and we're going to start with the Hyperion strings elements. So we've got some basses, cellos, violas, violins. We've got legato, true legato, which means that they're going to be mono, and they'll sort of have these nice little transitions between the notes, and then master patches, which I think are like key switch. And then we've got the ensemble master. So let's just load up the ensemble. This will have all of the instruments in it. All right, so here's the string ensemble. Oh, I gotta put on my headphones to hear. Cool, so this is a master patch, which means it has a bunch of key switch elements. Some of the very low MIDI notes allow you to change the type of articulation that you're using. So that means that you don't have to load more than one patch. You just load the same patch, and then you can change over the course of the song by hitting these low key switch notes wherever you like. The way that Soundiron does things, sometimes they'll put out a micro version of the library, then the Elements version, and then the full-on Big Daddy version. This is the Elements version of their strings. Eventually they're going to come out with the full version. This already has so much in it. I absolutely love the upright bass in this. I used it extensively on the new In Virtue album. That'll make anything sound scary. Let's see what else we got here. Apocalypse percussion. This one is crazy. You could straight up make an instant action movie soundtrack with this. Legitimately wasn't even paying attention to what I was hitting, and it sounded awesome. So they've got these two symphonic choirs, Mars and Venus, that they've smashed together into the Olympus Symphonic Choir. This is one layer of dudes and one layer of ladies. Crazy epic with very little effort. So that's kind of standard fare, a big epic choir that sounds awesome, great sounding strings. These are things that you can expect from just about any company that makes sample libraries, because they want to get, the people who are doing movie scores or stuff that sounds like a movie score. But Soundiron has some really, truly wacky shit. We're going to open up Flatulous. It's exactly what you think it is. I'm going to regret this probably. It's a library of farts. That one's just still going. Farts are always funny. And now, what I'm sure is the worst thing you're ever gonna hear. Chromatic. I think these are tuned farts. Not very often you can smell a sample library, but this one reeks. Okay, here's a bowed bucket. It's someone's job to play the bowed bucket while someone else records it. So of all of the Soundiron libraries that I tried, the one that I was the most drawn to was this Imbibophones library. And so Imbibophones is their name for these, like the water harp. It's basically wine glasses that are pitched, and there's different ways that you can play them, but I sort of messed around with it a bunch and I came up with that is an incredibly soothing sound to me. All right, so enough dicking around with sounds. Let's see what we can actually do with these. So I've got a little theme that I kind of just came up with, whistled into my phone the other day. I think we'll start with the strings. Okay, so there's our little theme. Depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I will quantize the crap out of it. I don't really feel bad about quantizing keyboard parts because it's not my instrument. I'm not a keyboard player. The only thing that matters is that it sounds right. I also don't play the violin, so I don't feel bad about any of this. Let's have it come back a second time, vary it up a little bit. All right, I'm hearing a bass. I'm going to Hyperion Strings Micro, and I'm gonna load up this bass patch. Okay, so that'll get us where we're going. Let's get these micro cellos, see what they can do. Yeah, just have it come in there. Let's get a viola. But a little guy. Cool. When I write songs or compose, I jump around a lot from part to part. I don't stop and think too much about any given thing. If I hear something, I just go for it. Take everything and I'm gonna copy and paste it. All right, right here we need some percussion. We need something to drop. So now I'm gonna check out this anti-drum machine. I have never used this before. Oh, don't yell at me. That is for sure one of those red gym balls that you use for like dodgeball. Those are guitar strings. It's not really what I want. Anti-drum machine, you are cool, but I don't know what you are. Let's try loading one different one. Anti-drum X. What is that? What's that? Ooh. Ooh. That's cool. This is what I want you for. Yeah. thing. What do we got here? Glitch hero. Oh, so glitchy. Oh. Kind of want to try something that's a little bit more like a drum set. All right, let's try this one. Tape. You fucking piece of shit. What else does this need? Feel like a boys' choir might be the jam here. Good, except that last one should have been there. I actually want to offset all of this. So now the basses and the cellos are kind of going da da, and then the boys' choir is coming in da da. So once again, I want to take everything, copy and paste it, because right now we're just building. I think we've done enough building, and now we need to go into the next thing that's going to happen. So let's go back up to these violins. So right here, we're gonna have a little bit of a tonality change. Basically right here, it needs to kick into high gear. Just gotta keep adding layers. Thicken this up with some of those violas. Anytime I'm entering notes into a song, I like to use a combination of playing and sort of dragging with the mouse and stuff like that, because I feel like when I'm playing, even though I'm not very good at the keyboard, things occur to me in real time that I wouldn't really have thought of in a sort of headier compositional sense. So if I'm playing it in, sometimes I come up with something really cool and unique that otherwise would have been lost. But then usually what happens is I kind of get a little too inside my head and I start hearing it one note at a time, and I kind of go a little more cautious than I should be. Sometimes in order to make something sound thicker when I'm recording orchestral instruments like this, I'll have one of them like be really super quantized, and then I'll do either like an octave down or a layer on a different instrument that's a little bit sloppier, and that makes it feel a lot more realistic. Cello's going. Alright, we've got a bit of an ensemble. Adding in more of those wacky anti-drum noises. Glitch sound again. A little bit like the Inception noise, actually. All right, let's listen to what we've got so far. Okay. Cool. I want to get a little bit more of this apocalypse business. All right, so far we've had mostly like more conventional types of instruments. Nothing really wacky in here. So now we're gonna take this, basically the same song that we had, and we're just gonna do it again, but with weird stuff. All right, we got bizarre sitar, street erhu. Here's the one that I'm kind of the most excited and scared to try. Not gonna lie, that's not really that bizarre. Street erhu instead. These are all phrases. This doesn't really work the way I thought it would, and so let's try a different something altogether. Londronium. They hit a washing machine until it made sounds. Oh man, you can make anything into music. So let's see what this violin part that we had in the beginning sounds like as the laundry machine staccato thing. Actually, that sounds sick. All right, we need some kind of a bass instrument tone. Oh. String buzz. I'm excited to try this elvish choir. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh my God, you are killing me. Out of control. Let's grab the music box. That's cool. I like this a lot. This could for sure be a soundtrack to like some wacky indie game. It sounds like Castle Crashers a little bit. It's nice. I like it. This one is kind of wild, actually. A person singing a scale into like a gramophone or like a wax cylinder or something. And I mean, this was like 100 years ago or something. Let's try this Mimi Page one. Oh. Let's use her instead of the Elvish choir for a minute here. Yeah. Now let's see if Miss Mimi and the elves can coexist. This is fun. I'm having fun. Now let's ruin it all with farts. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We wrote a song using Soundiron Omega Bundle. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I sure had a blast, and I'm gonna put links to where you can download this, probably pretty unmixed. I'm not gonna really take the time to mix this. I'll put up a version with and without farts. How's that sound? Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, as always, mash that subscribe button, smack the bell, drop us a like, and leave a comment in the comments section what you thought of everything, and I'll see you real soon.